Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is teacher Razan Karawan. Today we won't have a new lesson, but we will go over lesson 3, which is in unit 7, page 72 and 73. Please go to your student book, open it on this page, on page 72, so that we can remember what we have discussed previously. If you remember that we said that this lesson was about a page from a magazine which has some problems for young people who are looking for some advice or replies from Aisha. Aisha gave them some advice or some replies to their problems so that they overcome their problems. Here I put some important vocabulary that you should know or that you should understand their meanings. Let's remember them. The first one is advice. It means an opinion that someone offers you about what you should do or how you should act at a particular situation. It means, again, an opinion that someone gives to you so that you can use it to overcome a certain problem. Stressed means when you are worried about something. And upset, it means unhappy or disappointed about something. So please go back to your student book, read that page, and try to match the problems with the replies so that you can remember the idea of that lesson. Here we have the part which is in your student book in the orange box, which is about asking for and giving advice. Here we have some sentences that we can use when we face a certain problem or a particular problem. And if you want to ask for advice, here we have some sentences that we can use. Like you can say, what do you think I should do? Here when you ask for advice, or you can say, do you think I should? And you have here the complement. After should, you have to remember that after should we have the bare infinitive or the base form, verb 1 or the verb as it is without any addition. So for example, I can say, do you think I should study for the exam? Do you think I should sleep early? So here when you ask for advice, you can use any of these sentences. But if you want to give advice to someone, you can use or you can say, why don't you? And it should be followed by bare infinitive, or you would better plus bare infinitive. Here we have an example of a problem that someone says, I cannot get up in the morning. So he asks for advice. He comes to you and he said, I cannot get up in the morning. Do you think I should sleep early? Do you think I should sleep early? Or he can say, what do you think I should do? Now, your turn. You want to give some advice. You can tell him, why don't you set the alarm? Or you can say, you would better sleep early. And notice here the verbs are infinitive, right? Okay. All you have to do is to memorize these sentences so that you can use them whenever you face a problem or whenever you want to give advice to someone. Now we will move to the grammar part, which is about modal verbs. It's on your student book, page 73, and we discussed them previously, but we will go over them. We will start with must and have to. If you remember, we said that must and have to, they are both used to talk about obligation. Obligation means ilzam, and must and have to are very different. We use must when we talk about our own obligation, your personal obligation. When you decide to do something, no one asks you to do it, but you feel it's important or necessary to be done. Like when you say, I must buy that toy, you believe that you must buy that toy. No one asked you to do it, but you feel it's necessary and important to buy it. So you say, I must. عندما تشعر بأن هذا الشيء ضروري، شعورك أنت الشخصي، نستخدم must. However, when it comes to have to, it means that you have an external obligation. Someone else asked you to do something. It's not your choice, but you have to follow that rule, or you have to follow that order because it's not your choice. شخص ألزمك بفعل شيء وليس لديك حرية الاختيار. يجب عليك اتباع ذلك الشيء. So, when you are obliged to do something, or when someone ordered you to do something, you have to use have to. Let's look at this example. I have to be quiet at the library. If you read this example, it means that it is not your choice, but the librarian asks you to. Imagine that you are in a library and the librarian told you that you have to be quiet. If you want to stay here, you have to be quiet. But if you make any sound, you will be out, right? So you have to keep silent, or you have to be quiet at the library. So it's not your choice. ليس لديك خيار. Okay. Here, when we use mustn't, the negative form of must, it's completely different, because here it means that you are not allowed. It's different from must. Okay, it's not allowed. When I tell you, you mustn't play on the street. يجب ألا تلعب في الشارع. Does it mean that you have any choice? هل لديك الخيار? No, you have no choice. So you mustn't play on the street. Or when I say you mustn't touch my phone, it means you are not allowed to touch my phone. So here you must follow my rule. You mustn't play on the street. You mustn't touch my phone. You mustn't eat my food. So you are not allowed. It's forbidden. You have no choice. However, in have to and don't have to, it means that it is not necessary. Let's look at that boy. He looks what? Afraid, right? So his father is assuring him. He told him, you don't have to go swimming. يعني أنه ليس من الضروري أن تسبح. When he told him that, it means that if you don't want to swim, it's okay. But if you want to, you are free. So you are free. It's your choice. You are free to do it or not. Or when I tell you, you don't have to be here at 10 o'clock. ليس من الضروري أن تكون هنا الساعة 10. It means you can come at 9 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 7. It means that you are free to come whenever you want, right? You can come at any time. And here, this is a brief summary for this rule. Please read it alone so that you can remember each use for each modal verb. And here we have should and ought to. And if you remember, we said that we use should and ought to give and ask for advice. But should, we can use it to ask for and to give advice. But ought to, we use it to give advice. And there is a slightly difference between them. Ought to, we use it when we want to sound formal. But should, we use it when we want to sound less formal or informal, right? So you can say, should I buy this dress? When you ask for advice, do you think I should buy this dress? But you cannot say, ought I buy this dress? And you can say, you can give advice using should. You can say you should help your mother. And you can also say you ought to help your mother, because both of them have the same meaning, but the usage is slightly different. So when you want to sound more formal, you use ought to. When you want to sound less formal, you use should. In the negative forms of should and ought to, you can say you shouldn't or you should not. You shouldn't or you should not. You can contract it. تستطيع اختصارها. But ought not to, you cannot contract it. It should you should keep the full form. You cannot say oughtn't. This is not right. You have to say ought not to. And that's all. I wish you the best of luck. Please study well for your exam. It's too easy, inshallah, but study well for exam so that you can pass it. And please go over your worksheets that we discussed together. And that's all. I wish you the best of luck and that you will pass your exam easily. Thank you. And we will meet, inshallah, on Monday. We will go over Unit 10, Lesson 1.